Good morning. Today I'm going to discuss a totally different subject than you're used to from me, but it's a subject that has intrigued me for many years, ever since I read a book from Einstein about gravitation. And it's about gravitation and quantum mechanics. And I'm going to make a statement, I postulate the theory, that gravitation is a byproduct from quantum mechanical fluctuations. And that's also the title of this video. And I'm going to use several subjects. I'm going to use the dust in the house, in your own house, Chladni patterns, cassimir-effect, and, well, 0-point energy or something like that. Well, what's referred to Casimir's effect. I postulate the theory that due to quantum mechanical fluctuations that are revealed by the Casimir effect, is causing that particles are moving to a central point where it's relatively less fluctuating. What do I mean? If you look at the Chladni patterns, which is a mica plate, and you put sand grains on it, grains, and you strike it with a violin stick, then the plate is going to vibrate. But you see patterns evolve from that vibration. But where do the grains end up? Well, they end up in the knots of the vibration. So where it's most quiet. Well, we know that space vibrates, the Casimir effect. And particles end up where it's relatively quiet. Well, so quantum mechanical effects cause actually gravitation, because those particles get together. They're forced together. And it's the same as in your house. In your house there is dust. Every week you get to dust cleaning here in the house. At least I do. And but where does the dust end up? Not where you're walking. It's mostly ending up under the couch or under some quiet place, whereas the movement of objects like us people walking is less. The dust settles down on the quiet places. Well, that's also with particles and with matter. It settles down where it's most quiet, where there is less vibration. Well, that's actually due to the quantum mechanical fluctuations that are happening, and so it's driven to a central place where it's relatively quiet. And I thought over this theory, this idea, many years already, but today I decided to publish it also as well. So gravitation as a by-effect, a side effect of quantum mechanical vibrations. And the particles are looking for a place where it's relatively quiet. And in this case, this has nothing to do with Bible stuff, etc. But yeah, it's about how God created. Also, what you see is that God was stretching out the heavens, and but also that it's as a cloth. So in that sense, everything is connected. So as a cloth, God stretches out the heavens, but the cloth has strings, or it's intertwined. It's all together. And with vibration, of course, you're talking about the three-dimensional vibrations. And but even then, this might happen. This happens. What you see is in science that they use laser beams, waves, to position some tiny little particles to put it on that spot. Well, the same thing, kind of the same thing you can imagine with with particles getting together. So gravitation is actually a side effect, a by-effect of quantum mechanical fluctuations in space. Well, that's actually the whole idea. I don't have the math. I'm not that good in math. That the higher math, at least, that I can build construct a mathematical theory around it. But well, this is it. Actually, did I forget something? Well, we see from the Casimir-effect. The Casimir-effect is explained very simple. It's if you have two boats in a harbor, and it's wavy on the sea. Well, what the boats are tending to drift to each other. Why? Because the waves outside of the boat are much more than the waves in between the boats. The wavelength is only the biggest wavelength is only that big, like the space in between. But the wavelength outside can be much bigger than in between boats. And so there are more waves outside of the boat than in between the boats. So what will happen is the pressure of the waves outside of the boat will push the boats together. Well, we see that happening in computer design as well, that people have to design things especially to take into account this Casimir effect. Because otherwise you end up with problems with very tiny metal stuff, that will be pushed together, or a force will be in between them. This is a real force, we know this, and what we see is the same thing with how do you say, with gravitation. The space is fluctuating in all kinds of type of vibrations, and well, actually it's a big type of Casimir effect happening, and that's what we know as gravitation. Okay, this is actually the whole story. I don't have the math, sorry. That's some other guy who has to think it over. Math is I studied some pretty high math, but at this moment it's going beyond that knowledge of mine. Okay, this is what I wanted to present. Okay, bye.